guys, it's Madeline with My Vocal Journey, and today we're going to talk about the best way to grow your singing voice. And I believe that actually has all to do with the attitude that you bring towards it.
Yeah, waking up with you is like sunshine on a Saturday.
So, here are a few things to think about if you are actually actively working on improving your singing voice. I believe that having a growth mindset is actually one of the most fundamental parts of growing anything, actually learning in general. But the thing about singing is, and I've found this for myself to be true, as well as all of my students, without exception, it seems like there's this attitude that because your body is your instrument, that making mistakes with it is somehow a personal endeavor and reflects on you as a human being. Whereas if you think of your body as an instrument, so let's think about it as you learning to play the clarinet. You're a wind instrument. It requires breath. Your vocal cords vibrate in the same way that a reed would vibrate. And you're basically just figuring out how to blow through this instrument and get the notes that you want to. If you were learning to play the clarinet and it was squeaking every once in a while, you probably wouldn't get that upset. But every time someone hits a bad note, not everyone, I have actually a couple of great students who just laugh when that happens, but most people's instinct is to go straight to the autocritic and feel bad about themselves because they're not doing something perfectly. So, my suggestion is to take on the attitude of the mad scientist. And so what I mean by this is, if you're a mad scientist, you are driven towards finding out new information. You have intense curiosity, and because you're a scientist and you always experiment, you are always going to experiment, then there will not be failures. There will simply be feedback and information to help you tweak little things that will continue to be an experiment. So for example, if you're doing a particular new vocal exercise and you get to certain notes that are harder for you to reach, let's say if you're extending your range higher and it doesn't work the first time, you say, instead of saying, for example, oh my God, I'm horrible, I've never been able to sing high notes, right? Instead of that, invite that little autocritic to just go sit and wait on my comfortable couch. You could say, oh, okay, that one didn't work. What can I do? What was going on with my breath? How much space did I have in my mouth? Was I aiming forward? And you try it again, and again, and again. And each time you get a little bit of new feedback to see what's going on. And another way that I like to think about it is, okay, you're the mad scientist on one hand, you have this growth mentality, knowing you're an instrument, and think about it this way too. What if you were a professional basketball player? Okay, I don't know how many times I grew up, myself much less, but my older brother used to love basketball. He loved all sports, and I would see him out there in the driveway shooting hoops, shooting hoops, shooting hoops. That's probably the number of times he tried to shoot a basket probably is indicative of the fact that he's so much better at it than I am, because I tried some, but not a lot. Therefore, my rate of accuracy is much lower than his was. But imagine a professional basketball player, even more so, devoted his whole life to it, still misses baskets. And that's the deal. Professional vocalists, people who have been singing their whole lives, still make the mistakes, still have to figure things out when they're working out their voice and when they're warming up their voice. So if you can just get into a mindset that is part of the journey. You're going to receive feedback, not failure. You're receiving feedback that gives you new information, and you start to tweak things. Oh, just a little bit left. That's for the basket, not your voice. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment, please, and I'll see you next time.